Two unstoppable forces collide. Title for title. The World Wrestling Federation and Intercontinental titles are on the line. Everything's at stake. Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior. It certainly isn't going to get much bigger than this. Two behemoths collide. Two powerhouses. They're getting a feel for each other, testing each other's energy as they tie up. Ultimate Warrior sends Hogan far and hard into the corner. And now once again, as they lock up, who was going to get the better of the exchange? It's a test of power, a test of strength. And Ultimate Warrior gets sent back this time as Hogan gets the better of the exchange on the second round. And now the true test. The hand of the Ultimate Warrior raises up. He wants the test of strength. He wants Hogan to feel the power of the Ultimate Warrior. Hogan is not a man to back down from a challenge. And Hulkster is kind of a little hesitant, with a little bit of hesitancy. And now they collide chest to chest. We're seeing just muscles and muscles colliding with each other. Both men want control. Both men want superiority in this matchup. With the arms going up, it seems that Ultimate Warrior is trying to push Hogan down. It could be crashing down, and it could be hurting inside for the Hulkster. He goes down. The Ultimate Warrior just broke down Hogan. And Hogan is not done yet. He wants to prove that he can still fight back. He may have lost the early part of the exchange, but it's not over as Hogan works his way back up. Everybody wants to rule the world. Everybody wants to lead the charge of the World Wrestling Federation. However, only one of these two men will be able to do so. Hogan, the current World Wrestling Federation champion. The Ultimate Warrior, the current reigning defending Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion. Both at stake. Now it's Ultimate Warrior who is on the downside of the exchange as he is arms down. You play the cards you're dealt. With all the power these two possess, it's enough to rattle a stadium. Ultimate Warrior trying to fight back up. Shaking his head, trying to build some momentum, trying to get the blood throwing through the body for one more attempt to fight back at Hogan. Can the Ultimate Warrior do it? As the crowd getting behind the Ultimate Warrior. Hogan just dropping Warrior to the mat and follows up with an elbow drop, but quick to kick out at one as Warrior and quick to get back up to his feet. Went for a shoulder tackle, but like running into a brick wall. It's an irresistible, unstoppable force meeting another unstoppable force. Yeah. That didn't work out. Ultimate Warrior right back up to his feet. And the Ultimate Warrior looks to take a second chance. And down. And slams Hogan into the mat. The Ultimate Warrior is pumping himself up. He wants to rain down hellfire. And a clothesline sends Hogan to the floor. And Hogan is out on the floor grasping onto that left knee. You got to wonder what condition that knee is in. He's grabbing it, but who knows what the condition of it actually is. It could be a twist. Something could be torn. And if something is torn, this match could go from bad to worse for the Hulkster. Hogan just collapsed on the floor. That knee could be shot. That knee could be done for. And now Ultimate Warrior going to work on the knee. The title can only change hands inside the ring. Hogan saying his legs hurt. Hogan saying his leg blew out. Ultimate Warrior wants Hogan back into the ring. An unfortunate turn of events for the Hulkster. And Ultimate Warrior shoves the referee out of the way, who was checking in on Hogan's condition. For the title to change hands, it can only happen inside the ring. Ultimate Warrior rake in the face, but Hogan is returning the favor despite the pain that Hogan is in. He is pushing through. Ultimate Warrior takes a shot past the referee onto Hogan. May have hit the referee a little bit. You got to make sure you don't put your hands on the referee. That's how you get disqualified. But Hogan's feeling it. Hogan's fighting back. The Hulkster is bringing the heat. And explodes at the Ultimate Warrior in the corner. And now hammering away up at the top. Just crashing down with these heavy artillery rights onto the Ultimate Warrior. Ultimate Warrior just falls out of the corner onto his knees, trying to keep himself up. Now it's Hulk Hogan looking to pick up Warrior as he scoop slams him into the mat and follows up with an elbow drop. Hogan seemingly fighting and living on adrenaline right now. Trying to do everything he can to ignore the injured left leg, that injured left knee. He said it was blown out. You heard it. Oh, roll up, roll up, roll up. And Hogan now with a chin lock on Warrior. Hogan now powering away at the side of the head of Warrior. Trying to crack the Warrior open like an egg. Hogan telling the referee, hey, don't you dare overstep. And now it's Hogan who's on the offense on the Ultimate Warrior, who's trapped in the corner. However, the Warrior will not go down. And a clothesline. That's got to... Oh! We're at 2, though. One may say it's just a 2. But for Hogan, it's one step closer to putting the Ultimate Warrior away. And now a massive backbreaker and a massive opportunity to put away the Ultimate Warrior, who stays with it. Again, Hogan going for cover attempt after cover attempt, and it gets closer and closer for Hogan. Hogan could be closing in as he continues to wear out the Intercontinental Champion. Hogan trying to put away the champion. The Intercontinental Champion, the Ultimate Warrior, could be fading away. Here in the Sky Dome, it's hard to hear anything. Luckily, I have eyes so I can see and call the action. Again, referee Earl Hebner trying to Ultimate Warrior is trying to grab the hair of Hogan, trying to find a way to create some sort of separation, trying to find something. There's that desperation that comes in that you're willing to do anything, even if it goes against the rules. The last thing you want is the rules to block you from winning this match. And Hulk. And a backdrop suplex. Downs the Ultimate Warrior. Lateral press to put away the Ultimate Warrior. And Ultimate Warrior able to kick out again at 2. Can you imagine if that was 3 right then and there to Ultimate Warrior? The Ultimate Warrior was able to use the power in his legs to kick out because Hogan didn't pull back on the legs. That's the problem when you go for a lateral press cover. While you are conserving your energy by using less strength on controlling your opponent's legs, you also take away the opportunity to put your opponent away right then and there by not getting a full effective cover. However, the crowd here in the Sky Dome going electric as Ultimate Warrior fights back up to his fate, feeling it as he drives the elbow into the midsection of the Hulkster, trying to break the headlock. Third one breaks the hold. Double clothesline. Both men thinking the same thing. And we are right back at square one. Both men down and out. And there's an opening for any man who can get up to their feet first. Whoever can get the first shot on their opponent. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Warrior? Is it going to be Hogan? Can you imagine? This ends in a double count out. Both men laid out in the center of the ring. It could be over. And there's exhaustion building in both men as Ultimate Warrior sits up first. He's trying to get a second feeling of energy, looking for new life, looking for the will, looking for the way. However, Hogan trying to do very much the same. They are soaking in sweat through all the pain, through all the agony. Ultimate Warrior shaking the ropes, trying to hype himself up. And Ultimate Warrior just eating those shots from Hogan like they're nothing, like it's dinner. The ice is pumping through the veins of the Ultimate Warrior as he continues to fight back at the Hulkster. And a clothesline by the Ultimate Warrior. Warrior has turned things around. I don't know where Warrior's finding this energy, but wherever it is, it comes from a place from unknown. Ultimate Warrior driving Hogan across the way to the opposite side and does it once more as Hogan just collapses into the mat. The Warrior could be closing in on putting away Hogan. And the Ultimate Warrior going for a suplex center of the ring. He takes out Hogan. Didn't hook the legs on that cover. And Hogan managed to kick out before 3. The Warrior pushing that pain off his face and letting focus thrive as he looks to suck the life out of Hogan with this bear hug that puts all the pressure on the lower back, all the pressure on the midsection. As the air leaves the lungs, the exhaustion builds in Hogan. Hogan could be forced to give up. It's a true test of how far you're willing to go to maintain top position in the World Wrestling Federation. The name of the game is one winner, one champion. One of these men will be double. Hogan could see the lights soon. As he starts to fade, everything fades to black. And continuing to squeeze the life out of Hogan. Hogan not able to fight back whatsoever. Hogan trying to drive that forearm across the face to create separation. But that grip around the waist, the hands gripping on that lower back, putting all the pressure, it's just becoming too much for Hogan. And Hogan could be left with no choice but to give up. I can't remember the last time, if ever, have I ever seen Hogan tap out. There are 68,000 strong here at Skydome. Hogan trying to keep those arms up the best he can. But the life of Hogan is almost gone. It's almost fully out of Hogan's system. His body goes limp. That's got to do it. And the referee looking. Who would have thought that Hogan would end this way? However, that's it. That's got to be it. One more time and it's all over. No, no, no. Hogan waves and wags that finger. It ain't over. There is still fight left. Hulkamania is still running wild. Hogan doing everything he can to fight free, and he does. Ultimate Warrior ducks. Oh, but a drop down from Hogan, leaving Ultimate Warrior to powering through referee Earl Hebner. Ultimate Warrior heading up to the top. Not something you see from Ultimate Warrior often, if ever. Double axe handle to the Hulkster from the top rope. And Ultimate Warrior heads up to the top once more. Perhaps thinking the same thing. Another double axe handle off the top. And it connects. Ultimate Warrior pumping up. A man possessed as he picks up the speed. One for the shoulder tackle, but nobody home. And now it could be the Hulkster's time to turn things around. Ultimate Warrior could have knocked himself out from all that momentum he built up just to land on the mat. Now the thing is, there's no referee. With referee Hebner down, there's no one to call this thing. And now the Ultimate Warrior's behind Hogan, but Hogan didn't realize it. Backdrop suplex from Ultimate Warrior. Now it's Warrior who covers Hogan. But there's no referee. There's no referee. It seems like they'd be one apiece. And now referee Earl Hebner trying to clear his mind, get back in it. That's 2. Oh! But it's not over yet. It is not over yet. Never give up, never say die. Hogan gets a shot in on the Warrior, stacking up Warrior. The referee was not where he needed to be. And that may have just cost Hogan. That certainly, that had all the potential to be a 3 count right there for Hogan. But the thing about it is potential and it actually being are beyond opposite. Meanwhile, Ultimate Warrior sent to the floor by Hogan. However, it's Ultimate Warrior still showing he's got fight left. These two continue to show that both men still have a dog in this fight. And Hogan hits hard into the steel post as he gets sent by Warrior. And Ultimate Warrior clothesline. And fighting and pumping up one final time. It could be the moment that Ultimate Warrior finally puts away the Hulkster. And now he's got Hogan up. Somehow Hogan is up. Ultimate Warrior's found the power. He got him. Ultimate Warrior's done it. And the splash. Ultimate Warrior's gonna do it. Do the unthinkable. He's gonna defeat Hulk Hogan here at WrestleMania. He's got Hogan over. But no! Hogan does not stay down. Hulkamania isn't dead. Oh, when I mentioned it would go from bad to worse earlier for Hogan. Once the Hulkster starts hulking up, you might as well call it the beginning of the end. Hogan is feeling it every single shot coming in that is being drilled in by the Ultimate Warrior, leaving no effect on the Hulkster. And Hogan points the finger, making Ultimate Warrior believe that he is messed up and powering and hammering away at Warrior. And there's the boot. And there's the leg drop, but no. Ultimate Warrior got out of the way. Another splash. Another splash. And he got him. Ultimate Warrior's done it. Ultimate Warrior's done it. The Ultimate Warrior has won the World Wrestling Federation Championship. Hogan saying it was 2. However, a thing that can be said, Ultimate Warrior still the Intercontinental Champion. Ultimate Warrior has done it. Ultimate Warrior. All the gold, all the glory for the Ultimate Warrior at WrestleMania. Hogan is going back in the ring. Hogan, who wanted to win this more than anything to prove that he was the better big man, that he was the true leader of the show. And the crowd just went silent. And what a show of respect. Hogan handing off the World Wrestling Federation Championship as these two hug it out of respect. What a match and an immortal moment that will live on forever.